We are incredibly blessed in District 4 that we have a very, very active hospital and institutions committee. And, you know, we're doubly blessed because we have Janice R. as the chairperson for this committee. And I've seen Janice work on a number of very difficult service engagements in our district. She has a great deal of grace, great deal of fortitude, and she has a quiet, infectious humor. We're going to hear briefly from Janice about how technology is affecting this particular committee and how it may affect the committee going forward. So before we get to the Q&A, turn it over to Janice, and then you put your questions in the Q&A area, and then we'll come back and we'll answer as many as we can before we wrap up the session. So Janice, I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Okay. And
we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yep. Mm-hmm. We can see you.
Okay. Because I can see you. Hi, I'm Janice, and I'm an alcoholic. I am a member of the District 4 H&I committee. H&I is short for hospitals and institutions, and hospitals really means detox and rehabilitation facilities, and these can be either inpatient or outpatient, while institutions are correctional facilities, which can also be people who are in a jail or in a pre-release facility. District 4 one committee. In some districts, there are two committees. In District 4, I would like to say that one of our goals is to be where both the newcomer, the old comer, and the slippers are looking for help in one of those institutions. District 4 has the largest number of volunteers, and our meetings are carried into 8 correctional facilities and 8 treatment facilities. There's also a program called Bridging the Gap that picks up people discharged from a treatment facility and facilitates that person's introduction to a variety of local AA meetings. Maybe before this pandemic is over, or certainly after the pandemic is over, we hope to carry more meetings into a new correctional facility. So opportunities are still arising for us. And we know of expansion opportunities within some of our existing facilities. As well, we may be adding a new program for a pre-release contact program to connect recently released inmates to an AA contact who can arrange to get that person to an AA meeting after their release. There are approximately 150 volunteers, and there are more needed. We have service opportunities open on our committee as a facility program coordinator and also as volunteers. 1 year sobriety is required, and feel welcome to contact me or any member of the committee or any member of AA to get direction to volunteer. Our primary purpose is to carry the message of AA into these facilities, and there are lots of people in these facilities who are suffering from the disease of alcoholism. I personally take some meetings into jail, and often it's the first time that some of the residents in these facilities have either attended an AA meeting or even been introduced to the 12 steps. Our treatment facilities workbook, which is published by AA World Services, says carrying the message into facilities is basic 12-step work and sharing our experience, strength, and hope, because giving it away is what we do in order to keep it. Thank goodness for technology. It has helped us transform how we deliver information, and today's webinar is a good example of that. You know, I'm actively right now in North and continue to meet and plan during the pandemic as coordinators using the Zoom platform. There are several ways that we have talked in the committee about how we can definitely improve the activities enhance how we carry the message. And I would like to thank Billy for explaining some of them, which really fall right into some of the situations and opportunities that we have. I'm going to mention again, we have many service opportunities. So if you're looking to help, we would like your services. And we are hoping to use the AA website to help increase the visibility and publication of the service opportunities. You know, something like a help wanted ad. Email links, if you don't already know, exist to appropriate H&I resources. Those links are available on the central office website and also on the District 4 website. So if you haven't been to those websites, I suggest you go let your fingers do the walking and take a look at them in the links. Our correctional institutions have forms that have to be completed and vetted before volunteers allowed to participate. These forms currently can be downloadable online. However, with enhancements, we could possibly make it so that you can complete the form online. You don't have to put it into snail mail and get it sent directly to the coordinator of the program to where you'd like to serve. And they'll get it into the jail and get checked out. Have website resources that could use to develop more detailed explanations. We have a pamphlet. Again, go to the District 4 website. You can click on a link to the H&I pamphlet. And along with meeting formats that we could use, provide better explanations of the facilities we serve and the meeting formats that we currently do. That doesn't mean that we can't add some more, because options and a variety is always great. We could do some videos so people who are volunteering have a better idea of what they're going into when they go to a meeting. And also help them to understand the roles of our volunteers in those facilities. It's not quite like sitting at a meeting or exactly even on a Zoom meeting. Orientation videos could also help us to build volunteers and resources so people get a better idea of what's going on. When it's available, which we have discovered through this pandemic and was outlined by Billy, you know, we don't have a lot of technological resources, particularly in our institutions. We have been shut out of the jails at the current time because they apparently do not have the technology to allow us to do our meetings. And we haven't been able to go into a lot of treatment facilities. Now, if there was technological resources in those facilities, you know, be it a screen with a computer, be it tablets, which you're probably not going to see at the jails, you never know. We've got some work to do there. We would be able to do some Zoom meetings. I know that they have been allowed to do that in Sarasota using one meeting a week, but that's a far cry from the many meetings that we take in when we don't have a pandemic. One of our committee members indicated there was an organization who was doing Zoom meetings and they displayed only the AA volunteers. And so if anonymity is important, that is an option as well. Let's see what else I know about this. Okay, all right. Other technology is Googling around, as we all do, and I don't know, even for us ourselves in some of our meetings. If you Google AA and go onto YouTube, you'll find there are videos and resources and audio that can be watched and can be used. I'd love to be able to take some of those into our organizations and show them, because, you know, as going to speaker meetings is, I think when people are new to the program or coming back, I think that speaker meetings and seeing helps them better understand and connect. In addition to YouTube, AA World Services, AA.org, has links that allow anyone to read or listen audio to the Big Book and the 12 and 12. This could also be used by our facilities with H&I work. There is opportunity for our group to do some work and expand our program and transform how we deliver our information. AA.org also has ebooks and videos, resources professionals. It has translation English, Spanish, and French. Tools on this website can be used by facilities served or by the facilities resident. Again, they need the technology. We have our work cut out for us. I was thinking about some of Billy's examples, and I was thinking about my father-in-law who turned 89 this year, and we gave him an iPad a couple of years ago. And, you know, he still farms about 100 head of cattle. And his iPad. He got stuck in a YouTube video and he couldn't get out of it, and he was just all frustrated because it was a how to do something. Anyways, we told him to call any of his young nieces and nephews so that he could get unstuck and use that technology. So it shows that doesn't matter what the age is, that technology can help us, and technology is not a barrier to the message of AA. Our websites can be used and expanded to service H&I in many ways, with meeting formats, contact information, schedules. And scheduling is an opportunity that I think would be really beneficial from technology. Right now, I've seen a lot of spreadsheets used when we create schedules for our volunteers. Well, I have this vision of being able to have my tablet and, you know, registering to be a volunteer at a certain event, and then having it send me a reminder. Or if I'm a coordinator, I could send out a flash. You know, if I wanted to be a standing person who handles that meeting, that would be great. It could say I can use 2 or 3 volunteers. As a volunteer, I could sign up for it. It could send me a reminder reminding me that I set up to volunteer at that meeting. All the types of things we see in the commercial world for using for scheduling. Lives lost and lives saved. I have to write down that metric from Billy because I think it's something that we sometimes forget. I know I do, that, you know, our message is a life-saving message, and we save lives. You might not exactly be in the medical field, but we do save lives. And for that, I think we have to always be responsible. And I know that Alan must be looking at me. He gave me 5 minutes. I tried really hard to stay in that 5 minutes, Alan. I'd like to close with a responsibility statement that says I am responsible when anyone anywhere reaches out for help. I want the hand of AA always